big update. We have got what we are learning is that this is coming right ahead of Australian Prime Minister's visit to India. The Australian media has reported that Sri Swami Narayan Temple in Perth, Western Australia, has received a threatening call from Khalistanis supporters. So that's what we are learning so far. A Hindu temple getting a threat call. This has come in from Perth in Western Australia. And what is to be noted is that this is just coming right ahead of Australian Prime Minister's visit to India. These are reports that we're getting that Sri Swami Narayan Temple in Perth, Western Australia, has received a threatening call from Khalistan supporters. So that's a big news we're getting for you at this point of time. And remember that there has been attacks on Hindu temples in various parts of the world. Australia, Canada, these two places have reported attacks and vandalization of Hindu temples. So this is one more update that we have got. This time we know that a threat call has come in. This is in Western Australia. So viewers, getting these back-to-back updates coming in. And we are being joined by a guest right now. Jay Bhardwaj, editor, The Australia Today, is joining us live on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us, Jay Bhardwaj. My first question to you is that I just want to understand a little bit more about exactly what transpired. Do we know that who exactly is behind this threat call? Do we have any information on that?
See, as of now, what we understand is that this call originated from America. It was an American number which displayed on the phone of the President Vinod Bhai. And he has told us that he was in the temple working when this call came, and he told the person, if it's not an urgent call, I'm under preparation for holy program in the temple, can you call me later? He abruptly cut him off and told, listen to me very carefully. Say Khalistan Jindabad 5 times before your aarti. This is my message to you. Do you understand? Otherwise, there will be consequences. So these goons are trying to kind of intimidate Australian Hindus the way they are. And this has happened on the eve of when Prime Minister of Australia is traveling to India to make relationship better, to have better understanding and business relationship. However, on the other hand, here in Australia, Australian Hindus are being targeted the way they are being targeted by these Khalistan supporters. It's ironic. In last 2.5 months, absolutely nobody has been arrested or questioned regarding these attacks on Australian temples. There have been 7 incidents of temple vandalism and 1 incident of Indian consulate being vandalized by these Khalistani goons. So you can understand the kind of frustration Australian Hindus are living in.
Right. Not the first time we have seen incidents of vandalism, of threats of Hindu temples in Australia by Khalistan elements. We have seen these kind of incidents being reported time and again, Mr. Bhardwaj. Now, I just want to understand that what is the problem when it comes to the situation there in Australia? That why are these Khalistani elements so they just don't care about the law and order situation there at all. They're just going there and doing such things which are provocative when it comes to peace in the community.
It is provocative. I don't know how Australian authorities are seeing it, but they are just walking borderline from freedom of speech to religious vilification. I have said that many times, but again, if this kind of threat call would have been received by any other community, religious community I'm talking about, may that be Muslim community or Jews community or Buddhist community or Christian community, the kind of response we have seen in past in Australia is very different. Police is very prompt. Politicians are very reassuring to the community. However, this time, towards Australian Hindu community, all this is absent. The reason for that is unknown to us. At least we are being told that a number of Khalistan supporters work very closely with the Australian politicians in states. They provide them manpower, they provide them funding for their elections. So at least from the community point of view, this reason is being seen as inaction by politicians and the police authorities.
Right. Also, Mr. Bhardwaj, India has condemned these incidents time and again. We have seen that S. Jaishankar also met his Australian counterpart, stressed the need of vigilance against radical activities targeting the Indian community. But right now, what is the Australian government doing to prevent such incidents happening in the future?
Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong, Australian High Commissioner in India, Barry O'Farrell, both have categorically said that these Khalistan propaganda has no locus standi in Australia. That is very good. That sounds very good. However, when we talk about the Australian Hindu community here on the ground, they are scared. I have talked to a number of people who tell me that we are scared to take our kids for religious festivities in the temple because we don't know what ugly scene they will be seeing there. So there is a kind of a disconnect from federal government, which shows as if they are trying to do a lot of things. On ground, we don't see those impacts or those actions to be done by community. If you go to Australian social media, where a number of these Hindu community members are commenting, you will see the kind of frustration they display there, that they have been calling, they have been writing emails, they have been reporting these incidents to Australian security agencies, federal police, other security agencies. However, the kind of action which they anticipated has not happened. So there is somewhere mismatch that is understandable.
All right. Thank you so much. Jay Bhardwaj, editor, The Australia Today, joining us here. What we know so far is that there is a Khalistan threat to a temple in Australia. We're tracking every detail here.